I'm probably getting a bit too old to carry on doing this, but the one benefit of going grey and looking old is the fact that people don't suspect you so much. Once you get your hi-vis jacket on, you look like an old bloke working on the road. So I can't see me stopping. It's therapy, making artwork as a reaction. It's a way to deal with the frustration of being powerless in society. And unless, the world sorts itself out, then there's no stopping what I'm doing. Over the years, I've realised that actually taking over an entire billboard and watching it be ripped down or covered up is quite soul-destroying. There's quicker, more efficient ways to get a point across. And what I'm always trying to do is I'm trying to make people laugh or be a little bit freaked by what I've put out there. I think it sinks in a little bit more under the radar. Been doing this for, it's like nearly 20 years now. I've seen a lot of people come and go. There's a lot of people that have seen the success of the big names and just want to emulate that. Everyone can have a go. That's the whole point, Look at me, I've got no art training. I'm just making it up as I go along. But there's been a lot, and there is still a lot of people making stuff that really would normally hang on a wall in a lounge. Proper street art to me is something that engages with what's around it. It's a rebellious act, but if you just put in positive life reflections everywhere, I don't know, I'm not buying that, but a lot of the public are.
Is that an official notice?
Yeah.
I dropped out of college after a particularly amazing warehouse party. And looking back, that's kind of partly where I started to realise that the press weren't always telling the truth. Because that particular article in The Sun about a warehouse party that I was at said that the punters at this party had bitten the heads off pigeons, and there were thousands of ecstasy wrappers littering the floor. Not only was I amazed at the untruth in this, but, year on year, the police were getting more and more heavy-handed with shutting things down. That kind of, led to my attitudes towards policing and government, something that had pretty much ended the hooligan scene in football that was then closed down by the government, and they really wanted to clamp down hard on this when it was actually something that was bringing people together. One minute they were reporting on the depravity of the ravers, and the next minute they were selling smiley t-shirts. That ultimately led to me doing my own parties, teaming up with mates that were actually, good DJs, and I found myself enjoying the bits where I would be making the flyers and doing the bits of set dressing. I realised years later that was actually the bit that I was enjoying doing with the parties, as well as getting twatted. I guess the common theme amongst pieces I've made is institutions, people in positions of power, twisting their iconography, twisting it into a way that makes people question what they're being shown and kind of shouting back at authority. It just drives people mad. If you don't have an outlet, I think it had to come out in me in some way, shape or form. You're just a grass with a badge. It's about the community support officers. It's not me having a go at the police as a whole. It's the culture of having a police service that's not the part that's the community support. What are they then? You know, no one's going to talk to a community support officer. You really need to go down a different way of solving that problem of communities not engaging with police. There's a lot more than Met can do. She was one of these people that was always around. He seemed quite bolshy. I probably seemed quite bolshy as a defence mechanism. And so we didn't hit it off straight away. And I read an article where Chu had accused me of stealing his idea. And I pulled him up on that. And he was like, no, I've just got misrepresented. And we hit it off. Then it was about this time I was trying to think of a way I could get out of guerrilla marketing that I'd been doing for years. I kind of came up with an idea of using the technique that I'd been using for brands for years, doing chalk, stenciled, logo, that sort of thing. I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if you could actually send someone a message and you could order it to go right outside somebody's house or the bus stop they wait at. So that became Worship the Ground. I decided to hook up with Chu when I realised what a great artist he was, but he's not just that, he's very disciplined, and it's already something more than just personal messaging. It's a way we can immediately get involved in activism. We've done joke messages outside the Russian embassy. We've done messages where there was a woman getting verbally harassed on her route back to her house by somebody who lived just round the corner from her. And after we'd put several messages down on the street to the effect of, "Get your words off my body," you know, that guy left the woman alone after that. You know, it was like someone was watching him. It's much more satisfying to be involved with something that is making people think about things a little bit differently. That's a lot better than spending your time advertising products people don't need.